Hey everybody, Steven here, playing Subnautica Below Zero, and today checking out the latest updates to the game. And one of the first ones is actually happening right now. It is the new track for the Arctic Spires. I'm going to hop on the Snow Fox and kind of shut up for a second so you guys can hear this as I just ride around. Alright, so that was the new track there. I like it. It sounds really good. Ben's been doing a phenomenal job with this. And now, I'm actually just going to go ahead and take off the weather and the fog here. The next thing, one of the bigger ones here, is the... Zoom through all this and find it. Oh, I was way off. There we go. I think. There it is. Harder to find now that it's darker. So the Architect Greenhouse. It is finally... I don't know if this is 100% complete, but the textures have been updated. We got kind of the signature look to it. It is darker, so I'm wondering if that's going to get tweaked. So if I turn this off. I think it will be. I know they... yeah, they updated the reflections here. It was showing... What was it? The glacial forest there. So they removed that. I'm thinking it'll probably stay this dark. Maybe it gets a little bit lighter, but probably not. Also wondering if we'll see plants in there. I remember the original ones. One, they look different, if you remember that. But two, they had plants in them. I like the glow, though. But we have that. Is that an icicle glow? It's coming off of it, yeah. We have that. That'll be a bigger one there. Let's zoom all the way over to the outskirts of the big tree spire biome. So the tree spires have been tweaked. A lot of it has to do with textures and things like that. And I've covered this in a bunch of videos, but it just always seems like there's little tweaks to the biome over here. What track do we got playing here? Arctic Spire biomes, one's playing again, there we go. But as they've tweaked this, so it's not just flat and just all the detail work that they've put into this, it has looked better and better. And bigger is the other thing. Like, that looks pretty big compared to how it looked when it started. But this, in terms of textures, has been one of my favorite things to look at. I just think that looks really cool. So we have that. The outside here looks updated where, and this could have been from the past couple weeks or months, but it's no longer just like kind of drops down and you had a couple shelves. Like the cuts that they've put in it, we have all these little grooves here that go up, so it's not flat. It seems like there's more thermal spires and then there's more tree spires as well. Just little cave areas as well. More plants. And then towards the bottom here, the blending has been, seems like it's been tweaked again. Got like the green moss looking stuff underneath. Grass kind of fades out. And then of course, where it blends then into the lily pad biome. I've talked about this a bunch. I just like this look. For some reason, just the scale of this over here reminds me more of the first game too. I think that's part of it. We got a bunch of squid sharks out here. This almost seems expanded right here. Don't know what they're going to do with that. I think this would be a good place to build a base. I mess with that for a second. I don't think I did a video on it. That was just me goofing around in the game. But yeah, this seems improved. Looking at just the rocks right here, I'm assuming we're going to see the ore veins with this. Those are the same rocks, right there. Zoom out a little bit. So yeah, it looks really good. That seems expanded again. Like I said, it goes down further right there. This opens up, which is good to see because I know that's... And this was really narrow. It seems like they've put a little bit more work into it now. I'm wondering if that opens up more right there. But yeah, it's looking good out here. But I know the map size has been a concern for some people because it is obviously a lot smaller, but the detail work, all the little nooks and crannies you can explore, the map feels big when you're playing. Obviously not as big as the first game, but another area here, I'm really hoping this isn't just out here and they just cut it off. I don't know what the incentive is to come out here, to be honest, unless they put like a precursor or an architect cache out here or something. But this has been tweaked right here. It just looks like a cool area. Very reminiscent of the first game. So we have that. Then I'm going to zoom down to the Fabricator caverns. Let's see, we'll go out here. Go down. Get this to pop in. So something interesting about it is how close it is to the wall is something I hadn't noticed. The edge of the crater here. So right here, and then you just kind of go right behind it. It's right there. The other thing is they've actually, let's see if I can get it to pop in. They have tweaked the color with this. And I only know that because if I'm right here, the look is different. So it used to be shiny. So kind of the shine, the sheen, or whatever you want to call it to these has been changed a little bit. And it's just seems like a deeper red, and it's lost a little bit of that. And you'll see that more with the crystals in the crystal cave here now. See if we can get this to float in. So it had more of that right there. We see kind of that crystally shiny property to it. So it seems like that's been, I don't think it's fully been removed because you can almost see a little bit of it depending on where I'm at. There's a little bit, right? But it does seem like it's been tweaked some. Like I said, we'll actually go down in here now. These just seem to be more red. Another thing, we'll ghost in here.
Passing 200 meters. Oxygen efficiency greatly decreased.
So let's see. There we go. Should play. I believe this track has been tweaked for the Fabricator caverns here. So the track is Creep. You can see it right there, which is why I have this pulled up, just the info. Kind of wish it was longer though. I like that. I like that build, but yeah, I wish it would hang out a little bit longer. So it seems like you have a couple different variations on tracks. Depending on the biome, it may have like a main track, and then you have like it's like ambiance that Ben has put in. Obviously, you can hear the sound right now. It's almost like I don't know, like crystals or ice or something like that being clinked on. But yeah, so it seems like that you have, like I said, that main track, and then you have beyond that just something that there's a little bit, you can hear a little bit more of it. Then you have like that kind of underlying track. And then, I mean, if I skip that, it just goes to silence. Oh, I just bumped it up. But then I'll just go to a silent period. But that's actually going to be it for this one, everybody. They have a bunch of bug fixes still. I think we're looking at the beginning of next year sometime, that first quarter for the release. I think we're just going to see a lot of polish. I think one of the things that's part of this is what you've seen if you follow Cyberpunk development. I know they pushed that game back, and with that, the thing that they're saying is the reason for it is trying to get it ready for consoles, and I think that's part of this. The dev team wants to simultaneously release this on all platforms. That means if they're struggling or having trouble with the Xbox or the PlayStation side of it, whatever it may be, because you're talking about different hardware, that's going to play into the release for the whole game, right? So that's just my personal thoughts on it, but you guys let me know what you think down in the comment section with this. I think, I believe the next update, because this was the 1.0 release, but that doesn't mean it's the full release. I think the next update is the full release, and with that we get the end game, and then I think they have one more on the Fabro site beyond that. I may be wrong. I'm thinking there's one more, then it's the full release, then we got one update beyond that, but I haven't checked in a minute, so I actually need to go hop on there. But that's actually going to be it for this video, everybody. If you like the video, hit the like button for me. If you want to continue to follow along with all my content, hit the subscribe button for me. Thanks so much for watching.